I don't know about you, but when I look at bubbles, I just kind of want to pop them. Welcome back to the channel, friends. My name is Gary. I'm the Card Father, and I live in Columbus, Ohio. For those of you who have asked, there you go. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and it was a beautiful day today. Right now, it's currently nighttime, and I'm sitting down here in my dungeon basement of an office slash workroom slash basement, making a video for you again. So I really appreciate your time. It's one of the most valuable things that we all have to offer in a commodity, and I am thankful for yours. And thank you for joining me on the channel. Again, if you like anything you see here on this channel, please be my guest. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It always is amazing to be able to reach out to new people. I love talking with people, and I love hanging out, and I love talking Pokemon and collectibles in general with everybody. So thank you again for coming to the channel, and if you haven't, go ahead and do so now. Make sure you click that bell to get those notifications for when I drop a new video. And for those of you who have subscribed recently, thank you. Welcome to the channel. I am so grateful for you being here. Again, I care more about people than I do anything else, and I am so happy that you chose to literally choose me and a channel to subscribe to. Out of all the millions of channels you can, you've chosen Gary the Card Father. Anyway, let's get to it today. As I said in my intro, bubbles are made to be popped whenever I see them, and highly anticipated here. In my last video, I talked about how 151 is like, you don't want to open those packs, right? I talked about the entire aspect of collecting the 151 set and how if you're buying it, stop ripping it. Quit ripping 151. And so the catch here, though, is like there's some trends here that we're seeing just recently. Within the last couple of days, the Charizard from 151 has went from like a $120 card to a $150 card to a $165 card, and now it is pushing $200. And I've seen some sales that are pushed $225. Like, this is nuts, guys. So what does this mean? Well, I highly believe, okay, and hear me out here, and I'm going to give you some caveats here in just a minute about what my thought process is and why I believe we are where we are and where we're going to go. But, and again, I just want you to be aware, disclaimer, full disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I am not a financial strategist, nor am I an investment strategist. So please take my information, take the things that I'm seeing, my opinions, my comments, take the things that I'm seeing as somebody who's done this a while and as also somebody who cares, and also as a collector and a buyer, trader, seller, that kind of thing on myself, owning a full Pokemon business. Take those things for what they are worth, okay? Do what you want, be at your own risk, whether you buy, open, it does not matter. If you enjoy collecting, do so. Rip the packs, have fun, enjoy it, because the value is not necessarily always what you get monetarily. It is definitely what you have in your collection and what you're doing for it. Like, I'll give you a quick example. I open packs with my daughter. That is the most valuable thing I could ever do in a collecting world, because when we pull something that's really awesome or something that we really like, regardless if it's a common or uncommon card, that's the most valuable thing for me. So I just want you to be aware of that as well. I care more about value than I care about anything else. And if it's monetary, great. If it's not monetary and it's time with family, so be it. All right, back to off my rant, moving on. Okay. So 151, we saw this summer, we saw a very interesting pattern happen with like Crown Zenith, Evolving Skies, Chilling Reign, Lost Origin cards, right? We saw these cards, especially special illustration rares, hyper rares, secret rares. We saw these cards like really take a huge incline in their value. We saw an amazing 3 months of this happen, and then after, right around that April, May, June area, after this has all happened, that 3 month span, we saw July hit and we saw a small crash, right? We saw those cards start to fall, and that actually happened in Paldea Evolved as well. So there was a lot of cards in Paldea Evolved, like the Raichu, the Tyranitar. Those cards also saw a nice rise and increase, and then a nice fall over the time period that it was. So we saw summer be this like bubble, right? It created a bubble. People were just hyping this up. I'll give you an example. The best example I can give you is with the Evolving Skies Umbreon, not the VMAX, but the Umbreon V, the Ultra Art for Umbreon V, where Umbreon's sitting on the stairs in the city. PokeRev said something very interesting. He said, I prefer that artwork. And all of a sudden, market manipulation hit, right? And that just jumped. And I kind of feel, there's a little bit here, I kind of feel maybe that's some of the case here with 151, especially with this Charizard. This Charizard is just going nuts, guys. Like, I've never seen a card increase in value so quickly. And if you look at the top 5 cards out of all of 151, and that top 5 would be the Venusaur, the Charizard 199, the Blastoise, the Venusaur. The top 3 cards right now, okay, have increased in value in a good bit. Then you have the Zapdos EX, and you have the Charmander? I'm looking at my screen over here, sorry. Yeah, it's the Charmander. The Charmander is another one that has increased in value as well. The top 5 cards are just going nuts right now. And the good thing is like, that's good for your collection, okay? That's really good for your collection. The bad thing is it's really hard to buy them. Like, I get it, right? So everybody I've talked to so far is just like adamant there's going to be a reprint of 151. And if there is, phenomenal. Let's go. I want a reprint of 151. I personally think 151 is a great set, and I think anybody who's into collecting should open 151 at a reasonable price. I don't think you need to go out and buy 151 when it's $100 in ETB. Okay, I think if you're going to buy it at $50 to $75 in ETB and it's that valuable, hold on to it, right? Hold on to it, keep it sealed. That's the important thing about collecting. Is not about, honestly, and I got accused of this earlier in the last video, but I got accused of just being this, reseller, right? This flipper. And I'm telling you, yes, okay, granted, I may take collections and I may sell them, but that's what a business does, guys, right? That's what I do with wholesale product too. I buy in wholesale product and I resell it. So kind of that's what flipping is, right? Just buying stuff in at a lower rate and then reselling it for your business. I am a business. Whether you want to believe it or not, I am a business, and that's how it works. But in this turn, I'm not looking at this as a reseller or a business standpoint. I'm looking at this as an investment. Like, an investment in 151 is a smart investment right now. I can tell you that the Japanese boxes, we've seen that print hit 4 times. Seen the Japanese 151 hit 4 times in print. 170, 190 a box, and then it falls to 110, and then it falls to 55, 65, 75 a box, and then it hits back down to 65, 75, 85 a box, and now it's sitting anywhere between $90 and $125. That is an incredible comeback. I'm telling you right now that 151 is going to be a very stellar collectible set. It's just gonna be. It is not like anything else on the market. 151 was the specialty set in Scarlet and Violet. I mean, yes, you had Paldean Fates, right? Paldean Fates was also a specialty set. And then you had, and then you've got Stellar Crown that just released, which is not a specialty set, and Surging Sparks, which is not a specialty set, which comes out in November. And again, if you're looking to pick up pre-orders on Surging Sparks, visit my website, cardfathertcg.com. Sorry, shameless plug, have to do it. Anyway, those things are coming out. Like, you're seeing some of these that are specialty sets. Shrouded Fable is a specialty set. The reason we know it's a specialty is maybe some knowledge for you. Doesn't have a booster box, right? It's not a booster box item. Has an ETB, but doesn't have a booster box, and then has all these other products with it. But 151, honestly, we could be sitting in a bubble right now. We could be very much sitting in a bubble with 151. But I'm going to tell you, and this is my, again, personal opinion, and just the way I've seen this happen. Remember, it's all cyclical. It all happens in cycles. We're going to see the pop at some point. If that's worth a reprint, awesome. Those card prices will plummet, or I wouldn't say plummet, they'll come down, but the flip of that is not them coming down, it's them not coming down as far as they were, okay? That's the important piece here. If you picked up your Charizard EX 199 from 151, and you picked it up at $100, let's just say you picked it up 105, maybe even 110, that card was 125 market at one point, just a few weeks ago, right? Now it's sitting at 165, 185, 200, 225, like in that range. It's getting there. Like, it's all over the place, but it's getting into that range. 165 to 225 is really the hot market range. The thing is like, if you pick that up, okay, and you picked it up at 110, maybe even just 110, that card, I personally believe, and through, previous knowledge of how things work in the cyclical market, that card's not going to fall below 140. It won't fall below 140. That's just my opinion. I don't believe it will. So you've already gained money. You've already gained value on your investment of buying that card at 105, 110, okay? Which is great. And now that reprint hits. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But if that reprint does hit, you're going to see the prices drop, and then they're going to not drop as far as they are. And I'm just telling you this because of the fact that there's been a lot of comments, and I'm thankful for all the comments. By the way, if they're good, bad, negative, positive, neutral, thanking me, belittling me. I don't really care. About the negative stuff. I appreciate all the comments, right? Because it's engagement, and I love engagement, and I think that's healthy for a community. But I'm telling you, I don't think that this bubble is as big as everybody wants to make it out to be, and I don't think it's going to burst as big as everybody thinks it will. I think the reprint is not going to harm the value of 151. We're seeing that in the Japanese model, right? We're seeing that already. The value of 151 in the Japanese model has not damaged entirely the 151 set. Hasn't. And in fact, there's no more reprint of those. So as they continue to go up, now they'll become like V-Star Universe or, there's several others that I'm not very familiar with all the Japanese sets, but there's several others. But we're going to see that happen, okay? And personally believe, just like when Paldea Evolve came out, and the reprint happened just, less than a month ago, a couple weeks ago, when that happened, you saw a small drop, and then you saw a nice rise back up. It didn't fall as far as it could have, and it's not fallen as far as it did, where it was setting out when it first rose. So the reprint of Paldea did not affect it as badly as everybody thought. And I do believe that Scarlet and Violet is the actual set. Right now, the era that we're in is actually a really good era, okay? Put Obsidian Flames aside, put Scarlet and Violet base set aside. I really think that the Scarlet and Violet era is going to be a decent era. Everybody laughed at Sword and Shield, Rebel Clash, Burning Darkness Ablaze, Chilling Pain, or Chilling Rain in this case, Evolving Cries or Evolving Skies. They all laughed at those sets, and we saw 3 reprints of Evolving Skies, and now look where it's at. $720 for a booster box, right? Packs going for between $18 and $25 of the sleeved, between $12 and $18 for unsleeved loose. Cards ranging from $800 to $900 to $1,000. I really think that 151 is going to have the same impact. So take it for what it's worth. Take my information for what you see. Check out the market yourself. I encourage you to do this on your own. Don't just rely on people who just tell you information. I know, me, okay? But go and check it. That's one thing I don't think you're going to get from a lot of people, is they're not going to tell you to go out and check those values on your own. So if you don't believe me, just go look, all right? Go take a look. But I appreciate you coming and watching the channel. Thank you so much. That's going to end my rant for tonight. Go take a look at those cards. Definitely go and check out the price and how they're rising and how they're falling. And again, if you want to support me, just click that notification bell as well as that subscribe. Give me a comment. Let me know what you think. And of course, again, shameless plug, visit me at cardfathertcg.com. Really am grateful for you. Hope you have a great day. And as always, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. All right, see you next time.